Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So recently on Instagram, I've gotten a few questions about a recent set of images that I photographed, and it's actually about how I got the effect that I did within these photographs. So I wanted to share with you guys today how I actually did this and how you can get this effect in your photos too. It's a really easy and simple trick that you can use to really take your photos to the next level and really experiment a lot more with them and spice them up a bit. So if you want to see how I got this effect, just keep watching. So first off, this is not an expensive effect to achieve at all. I actually got this glowy effect just by using one sheet of plastic. So this was free. The makeup artist on the day had one similar to this that was just laying around, and we used it to take those photos. And it really just gave us that nice soft glow over the images that you can see. It's kind of like a 70s disco kind of feel, and that's what I used to actually photograph them. So on the day I had my camera just like this, and in front of the lens I would hold the sheet of plastic just around that kind of width from the lens. So I would sort of move it around and change the angle of it just to see the kind of effects that I could get with it and get that really nice glowy effect. And this is what I use for a lot of my macro shots on the day. So the close-up shots that really have that soft glow, and even some of the further away ones. I would recommend, if you are looking at doing this effect and you've got a sheet of plastic at home, it's best to not have anything that's got anything really going on too much within the plastic. So if it's really scratched or it's really clouded, it can really affect how you take the photos with this effect. But having said that, there are no rules with this. This is completely experimentation, and it's really just having fun with your photographs and doing something a bit different. So depending on the look that you're going for is completely dependent on the sheet of plastic. But I would recommend, if you wanted to have a clearer shot with a bit of a glow, try and get something that's relatively see-through and where it doesn't have too much cloudiness going on within the plastic. So that was the first part to how I achieved that look with the photographs, but there's actually a second part too, and it's called dragging the shutter. So if you guys haven't tried this before, and a lot of people haven't tried dragging the shutter before when they're in a studio environment and using strobes, but it's essentially very similar to how you would do it outdoors. A lot of people don't tend to change the shutter speed when you're in studio and you are using strobes, because there is a bit of a sync rate with a lot of lights, and it's usually around 1/125th of a second. So that's how I usually have my shutter speed set. However, on this instance, I actually had it set a lot slower than that. So I think it was around 1/5 of a second that I had my shutter speed set to. And I would essentially handhold my camera and just kind of slightly move the camera as I was taking the photos. And it really shifts that light across the frame. So you can see those little squiggles and that shift in movement in the photos. So on the day we actually had the model wearing gold jewelry, and we had a gold glittery eye on her as well for makeup. So that was really helping to catch the light and the reflections on the jewelry within the camera. And it especially helped with this effect because it had something to reflect the light and to help drag the light across the frame. So you can see how that kind of effect has happened in camera. There's another way that you can actually do this as well. If you wanted a sharper shot or a sharper background, you can use a tripod and get the model to move as you're dragging the shutter as well. So I'd highly recommend experimenting with that depending on what you want for your shoot. But on this particular day, I decided to handhold the camera as I really wanted to see what kind of effects I could get just hand holding and moving the camera slightly and shifting around. So that was actually the second part to how I achieved this effect, and I'd highly recommend you guys to experiment with this. There's lots of different ways you can use these effects in your photographs and really create those vintage dreamy effects. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed this quick tip on how you can experiment a little bit more with a dreamy glow in your photographs, and I hope you learnt something new today. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, please put your requests down in the comments section below, and I'd love to try and consider them for future videos. I'm really hoping to do a few more videos like this one, so if you're really excited to see that, let me know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to see all the videos that I'll have coming in future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!